In this video, I shall explain about the probability of being carrier for X-linked gene which is recessive in nature, because those alleles which are dominant, they will be expressed in both the sexes equally, and only thing is that if the allele is recessive in nature, then that will be expressed in the male individual and it will be hidden in case of a female if that female is carrier. So since females are XX types and the recessive allele will not be expressed if it is in a heterozygous condition. That is, one allele is dominant and other one is recessive. We all know that X-linked genes are those genes which are exclusively situated on the X chromosome and they don't have their homologous portion on the Y chromosome. Such genes are called as X-linked genes or they are sex-linked genes. And such calculation we can make by use of this Bayesian analysis. Before I explain this Bayesian analysis, let us have a pedigree to have the idea that how such carriers are actually calculated. You see in this diagram, we are actually studying sex-linked inheritance pattern. So what we are observing that this one is a male individual and this male individual is normal and his wife is also normal. She is not having any disease. And suppose we are talking about a particular disease which is X-linked. Now in the next generation, two of their sons, they are showing the disease or they are showing such traits which are uh, X-linked. So this is possible only when this mother, when this female is carrier. She actually carries recessive allele and such allele get expressed in these two males because they receive X chromosome from the mother and such chromosomes carry the recessive allele and from father they receive always Y chromosome. So such chromosome, X chromosome with recessive allele get expressed in these male individuals. Now, in such case, this uh, female, that is their sister, uh, may be carrier because she may receive recessive allele from her mother and definitely it will be dominant allele coming from the father. So she could be carrier or she may not be carrier if she receives the normal allele from the mother. In that case, she will not be carrier at all and she will be having homozygous, condition, that is both the X chromosome will have normal alleles. So how we will deduce that this female of second generation, that is third individual of the second generation, is carrier? This is the point we have to understand. Definitely we can say in this case that there is 50% chance that she will be carrier, but there is a specific method of calculating such probability, and for that we actually adopt this Bayesian analysis. What we do, we calculate probability in four different steps. The first step is prior probability, calculating prior probability, that is also called as anterior probability. And this probability suppose is A. And actually we first deduce that whether that specific female which is being considered to be carrier, she is really a carrier or she is carrier. For that we shall be considering the situation and suppose the A level of probability is there and she is not a carrier. This in quantity that comes B. So these are two and the total of A plus B values must be equal to 1. So if this is half, that is 1 by 2, then this will also be half, 1 by 2. If it is 1 by 4, if you are reducing this to be 1 by 4, the other one will be 3 by 4. So total has to be 1. Then we shall be considering conditional probability. Conditional probability means we shall look that how many brothers she has, how many children if she is married, she is having, and all such things will be actually considered to guess the conditional probability in case of some molecular, if some molecular marker is available, then the molecular marker can also be considered to deduce the conditional probability. And then uh, she is not a carrier, for that also the conditional probability level will be identified. And it is not necessary that total of this uh, conditional probability that she is a carrier and she is not a carrier should be 1, means that could exceed 1. So only in the first case probability the A and B has to be equal to 1. But here if the conditional probability comes A1 and the conditional probability for she is not a carrier that comes B1, then their total may not be equal to 1. And then we calculate joint probability. What we do in this case, the first prior probability, suppose in this case A, will be multiplied with the conditional probability. So A into A1, these two will be multiplied. Likewise, in case that she is not a carrier, the anterior probability and conditional probability, these two will be multiplied. So B into B1. And in the fourth and final step, we actually calculate final probability. And this is the probability value we are going to obtain, and that is also referred as posterior probability. So how this is done? It's quite simple to understand. What we take joint probability of the first case, that is that she is a carrier, like A into A1. We take this A into A1, and this will be divided by A into A1 plus B into B1. So these two values will be added. A into A1 plus B into B1. These two values will be added with each other and will be used as denominator, whereas A into A1 will be numerator. So this numerator will be divided by denominator. Likewise, B into B1 will be numerator, that she is not a carrier, and this will be divided by A into A1 and B into B1. That is exactly the same. Values present here will be used as denominator in this case. So after knowing this much, I am going to take up some of the cases. For example, I said here that this is a pedigree and our purpose is to know whether this individual 3 of second generation, this female, is a carrier or not. So what we are observing, that her mother is a carrier, and that is why she has 2 male children with the disease, and uh, her chance to be a carrier, anterior probability or probability, is of 1 by 2. And if she is a carrier, its probability is 1 by 2. Then she is not a carrier, its probability will also be 1 by 2. And another important point is that now she is married with a normal person, and in that case she has 2 male children, and these 2 male children, see in the third generation, they are normal. Now if she is not having a child, in such case we can say that yes, the chance that she is a carrier will be of 1 by 2. But once she has a child, suppose the first child, and that one is normal, then her being a carrier, this chance will get reduced, and at least by 0.5% this will get reduced. Now she has another child, that is also a male child, and that child is also normal. In such condition, again the chance of her being carrier will be reduced. So this is actually giving the idea about conditional probability. Now if she has the third child and that individual is male, then again her being a carrier, this probability will get further reduced. So such things could be used for calculating conditional probability. Now let us see how the entire calculation will be done, particularly in this case. What we are observing that this second 3, this female, see second 3 means this second generation third individual who is actually married to a normal person having two male children. What is her probability of being carrier? This we are going to calculate. So we are observing in anterior probability that she is likely to be carrier. Its chance is 1 by 2 because her mother might have inherited that X chromosome which carries the disease causing allele, and her not being a carrier, that is also 1 by 2. As I told, the total of these two will have to be 1. Now since she is having two male children and both are normal, so the chance that she is a carrier, that gets minimized. So 1 by 2 to the power 2, and it will be 1 by 4. And she may not be carrier. Suppose we are considering that since she has delivered two male child with normal features, now it's quite definite that she is not a carrier, and in this case we are considering this to be 1. So the joint probability will be this 1 by 2 into 1 by 4. These two values will be multiplied and the product will be 1 by 8. Likewise, in case second 3 is not a carrier, here this joint probability will be 1 by 2 into 1, and that will be 1 by 2. Then the final probability or posterior probability, it will be calculated by dividing this 1 by 2 by 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2. So 1 by 8, this value will be divided by 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2, and when you will solve this, the final product will be coming 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 is the chance that she is not a carrier, and this 1 by 2, it will be divided by 5 by 8, means the calculation which has been done for this denominator, it will give the value 4 by 5. That she is not a carrier, its chance is 4 by 5. Once again, I want to tell that in this particular case, chance that this second generation woman is a carrier, its chance is 1 by 5, and the chance that she is not a carrier, its chance is 4 by 5. By knowing this much, we can take up some more case. Here again I have taken a similar case. Mother and father both are normal, but since they have children in the next generation, male children showing the trait or showing the disease, so it means the mother is carrier. So we want to know that this second generation female is a carrier or not. So here we can say the anterior probability or prior probability that she is a carrier, its chance will be 1 by 2. She is not a carrier, its chance will also be 1 by 2. And this woman is married to a normal man. In the next generation, she has 3 children. So, and all these 3 are male and they are normal. So, what would be the probability that this third person of the second generation is a carrier? For this, you can adopt exactly the same method, and here this 2 3 is a carrier, its chance is 1 by 2. She is not a carrier, its chance is 1 by 2. In conditional probability, since she is having 3 male children and they are all normal, so it will be 1 by 8, that is 1 by 2 to the power 3, 1 by 8. And suppose we are considering that she is not a carrier, its chance is 1. In such case, the joint probability will be 1 by 2 into 1 by 8, this value will be 1 by 16. Here 1 by 2 into 1, this will be 1 by 2. And finally, we can calculate the final probability, that is 1 by 16 will be divided by 1 by 16 plus 1 by 2, and this value will be coming 1 by 9. And it means the chance that she is a carrier, this gets further reduced. And she is not a carrier, this will be 1 by 2 divided by 9 by 16, and the value will come 8 by 9. So here these are the steps which one has to apply to solve such cases. But see, the final value may vary if someone considers here the conditional probability a different value. So it is not very certain kind of calculation or very fixed kind of calculation, means variations may occur if someone considers a specific value for conditional probability, and if that varies from being a carrier or not being a carrier, then definitely that will affect the final probability values. Now here is a question which is totally different from the explanations which I made. It's a very simple kind of question. You can see this is a pedigree in which 3 generations are shown, and 2 individuals are shown to suffer from a disease which is sex-linked disease. You can see that it is being expressed in the male individual. So it is actually a case of a recessive allele, and that is sex-linked one. So question is, in the above pedigree, which of the following females is least likely to be heterozygous for the rare X-linked recessive gene, that is 3-1 or 3-3 or 3-5? So if you carefully observe this pedigree, what we find that this male individual is a sufferer. He shows the disease. It means the X chromosome this male individual carries, that possesses recessive allele on it. And female is alright, she is normal. Now this recessive allele from male will only go to the next generation, and that will go only in females. So if we see the 3 children which this couple has, the first child is a female, and or you can say this individual is a female, so definitely she will be carrying the recessive allele because she will receive her one of the X chromosome from the father. This male will not be having that recessive allele because he receives X chromosome from his mother, and mother is alright, and he is also not showing the trait. It means the recessive allele is not present in the mother. And this female will also have the recessive allele because that will come from the father. So these 2 female will definitely be carrier. That is in generation 2, the second individual, this female, and then this 5th individual, they will definitely be carrier. Now this 1, 2, see, they are married and they have a male child with the disease. It means this female inherited that recessive disease causing allele to this male individual in the 3rd generation. But what we can see that in this case, this male who is not having the recessive allele gets married to a normal female, and in that case they will have all the children normal. Now here this female gets married to a normal man, but this female will definitely be a carrier, and luckily in the next generation, in the 3rd generation, she has a daughter and a son, but both are normal. So the question is that whether this female is likely to be carrier or heterozygous, or this female may be heterozygous, or this female means 5 of the third generation could be carrier. So the answer is that this third generation female one, she could be carrier because she may receive one of the X chromosome carrying that recessive allele from the mother, and so there is a chance that she could be carrier. And in case of this 3-3, there is no chance at all that she will be a carrier because she will receive one of the X chromosome from her father, and that X chromosome will definitely not be carrying the recessive allele. And since this female is a normal one and she has come from a different family, so there is very least chance that she will be carrying that recessive allele. Now there is very much chance that this 3-3 female will not be a carrier. But with respect to this 3-5 female, we can say that she also has some chance to be carrier because her mother was actually carrier. She was definitely a carrier. So there is chance that she may receive that X chromosome with recessive allele, and that is why there is a chance that she could be carrier. So answer in this case will be 3-3.